Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Firm. I'm Al Good News Gore. I'm here with Lance Ready Cayko. We got a great show for you today. We are wrapping up the summer season, heading into the fall. Get her done fall, and we're excited to get there. You can get there with us by going to revitrocketship.com, checking it out, taking you and your skills and your firm skills to the moon with revitrocketship.com, where you learn how to model responsibility, model like it gets built, so you get more reward.
Gotta model it like it gets built.
To revitrocketship.com.
Arcat.com is your one-stop shop for shop specifications, CAD details, BIM content, and so much more. Whether you're an architect, engineer, or contractor, Arcat has the tools you need to streamline your projects and stay ahead of the curve. Best of all, it's completely free to use. Start your next product search on Arcat. That's ARCAT.com. Al, everybody's here. They're ready to get to work. The Barchitect is headed upstairs.
Yeah, no, Barchitect's hanging out down here.
Let's go.
Because Barchitect wants to know about the CPI report.
Oh, here we go.
What is it?
Yeah, you gonna be okay?
Snip?
I know. They need to lower the rates.
Yeah, that's
What do we got going on?
Is that sniffing?
I don't know what he's
Milo,
doing.
are you sniffing?
He's going upstairs. All right.
Anyways, had to check things out. Inflation remains sticky in July is the headline. And basically, core inflation, which I don't know why they do this, but they always do this, excludes volatile food and energy costs, rose 0.3 over the past month, surpassing 0.2 uptick in June. They say it rose to 3.1, up from June's 2.9. And
It's so minimal. Shut up.
well,
Just lower the rates.
the-
Jerome, look at me.
did you hear who's in the mix for the next?
No.
Besides Scott Bessent,
No.
your favorite,
Who?
Janet Yellen.
Fine. Whatever it takes. I don't even care.
Okay, one of the quotes though, it states, although core annual inflation is back to its highest level since February, today's CPI print is not enough to derail the Fed from cutting rates in September. Seema Shah, chief global strategist at Principal Asset Management, says. If you go to the next link, you probably have it up. Yeah, the CME watch group. And if you scroll down to their predictions, they're normally pretty spot on.
Are we looking at a chart here?
Yep. It's the probability of the rates. Nope, you're at it.
Oh, I was at it.
Yep. So the prediction probability that the rates will be at. So right now the rates are 4.25 to 4.5. They think in September that it will stay there at a chance of 7.4%. The chances that it gets lowered a quarter point are 92.6%.
Exactly. And this is why the stock market roiled on Wednesday. Wednesday we had a really good stock market day. Then Thursday we had a hangover. We had the hangover, which is because then these inflation numbers also came out.
And this morning it went down too.
This morning, it's kind of it
Take
did.
it,
We're in the red again. But one thing I think I think that maybe normies, which we know all of our listeners are not. We know you're based. We know you're incredibly based, and you already know what I'm going to say. You guys already know that, and you're going to go, "Oh yeah, Lance, vacation's over. Thank God." Why is it also very important that summer vacations are over? People are driving a lot less. Consumption of fuel goes way down in the fall and the winter. Therefore, inflation will go down further in the winter, typically, like the cost of goods typically does, unless there's something like a major war. So that's one of the reasons I think that's unspoken of why we're probably going to see at least a rate cut of 25 basis points, hopefully. And I think that's, again, all people are waiting on is trying to have some indication of where things are moving, and this will be an indication, and we're going to pop off. I'm very I am optimistic. I am insanely optimistic about Q4. I can tell you. I think Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. Buy now. You should buy it. You should buy it right now. This is not a financial advice, but you know what I'm saying. And it's all things are pointing in the right direction at this point.
If not September, then October.
Sure.
If not, yep. And then I think I just looked up.
Even if they just give us one this year, good enough. Good enough, Jerome. Okay?
Yeah.
You will get something in your stocking from Santa because you've been a good boy. If you just give us one little bit to chew on there, buddy. Make it happen. Listen to me.
I just looked up. He doesn't get out of his position until 2028.
Yeah, Trump.
But
I wish you could fire him.
But I feel
Just
like
kidding.
I honestly feel like by October he'll resign or step aside.
Yeah, he's getting tired. Should we move on to the next little thing you got here? Okay.
September rate cuts on table as you. I thought that was you.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to reiterate with Al. I mean, this is an older art. Whoa, this is last. Is this last year? Why are they showing this from last year? Well, there you go. Last year they were saying the same thing, I guess. Look at this. This is the 2024 date.
That's so funny.
Unless they really screwed it up and it's not real. From Reuters, I found this on the internet, and it's like.
But they have January 2025 in the graph. If you
Do
look
they?
at the graph,
Okay, good. Then I am right. Jeez, that was scary. Okay. Nope. Because look at this. From Reuters, July 31st, 2024.
Oh, updated.
July
July
31st, 2024.
Yeah.
I wonder if Reuters has this. We just found them screwing up. I don't know.
But then why do they have up to January 2025?
This I think so. I do. Do you think? Okay. Here's what they say: rates and inflation after raising the benchmark rate by 5.25 percentage points and holding steady for 14 months, the Fed in September 2024 cut rates by 0.5 percentage point to account. No, this is from last year. So anyway, how about this? History rhymes. We cut last year. We're gonna cut this year. I need everybody to just look into they need to look at me and Al on YouTube and point at us and say yes. And we're all going to have the good vibes.
And they just, honestly, Lance, no, they didn't update that they updated it again. Because there's no way in July 2024 that graph would end because that's when their last update was. But it's July 2025. So, like, this is an updated chart.
Okay.
This is an
Thank you
updated chart.
for making me not look dumb.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Anyway, all good news.
Okay, so people who can't see this chart, what's interesting about this chart is that you see in January 2022, actually a little bit later, they start raising the Fed interest rates. And they do that because they had a tailwind of basically all inflation, a whole bunch of lines of inflation going up. Once they got to about that 5.5%, it kind of crosses over where all the inflation is coming down, and they've held it steady. And it's basically these laying in this between 2 and 3% for the past year, from July to July. It's been in there.
Flattish.
Very, very flat. Very, very flat. And the other thing, too, just to everyone to keep in mind, the federal government wants to reduce the rate because they have to refinance all their crazy loans that
all
they
their
keep
debt, all their debt
taken out.
Yeah.
Insane.
So it's not only the consumers. Basically, Powell's getting sandwiched. He's like a little Oreo. He's the white cream in the middle, and all of us consumers. Yeah.
Yep. And then the federal government on the other side.
We're making a double stuffed Powell Oreo, and he's got to move. He's
gonna get eat.
Jerome, I know you watched the show. Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if he was like our best?
Listen.
Jason Altman, will you make an alt that is not Jerome Powell on YouTube and start commenting? Oh my God, that'd be funny.
Actually, guys, that's what I want to do.
Like the one,
but I can't.
Like the one on Twitter, not Jerome Powell. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Enough Fed talk. It's all exciting. I'm serious. Like Al and I I'm pumped. It's gonna happen.
Sorry, because if they don't do it in September, why I'm so confident they're going to do it in October? Because things are going to break, and Fed normally doesn't move till things break, which is like you should do it in September, but they're they're the Fed.
This is the thing. Here's sort of the last thing I'll say about it today is on the show anyway is I will give a standing O. I told Al this yesterday.
Yep, and I just agreed with you. That's all I did.
If you did just agree.
Yep.
Simple agreement.
Just yep.
That
Thumbs
was it.
up.
Yep.
I didn't say anything else.
Nothing else. I will give a standing O on air to the Fed if they do the right thing, cut rates in September because then they don't break it. Al's right. And then they will have successfully threaded the needle through all of that money printing. Like, I can't believe I'm into Keynesianism. I can't believe I'm going to applaud the Keynesians. So, anyway, yeah. Like, it'll be shocking. Like, they really did it if they did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or else.
But if they don't do it, then they break it. Then it's like, there you go. You did it
again. They
again.
didn't thread the needle. They just clearly, they could see it the whole time.
Yep.
And then, nope.
Drunk missed it.
Yeah.
All right. Local stuff. We got some local stuff. And by the way, we're going to eventually get to the main topic of today's show, which is we're priced to do things right, is a phrase I want every business owner who is service-based especially to start using in the adding to their vocabulary, adding to their repertoire. Al Genius Gore over here.
Yeah,
big
true,
brain.
Man. Yep. That's what they
Can
call
barely fit through the door every day. It's not his ego. See, my problem is like walking through the doors. It's an ego issue.
Yeah, mine's a physics.
Absolutely.
With the head and
absolutely
the neck.
Man, high IQ. Local news. Polis threatens to withhold $280 million from cities that don't comply with housing laws. Did you see this, Al?
I did. This is great. This is
it?
Big government
Oh
boot.
my God. Al,
Let's
big
go.
government Gore over here. I know. Lance happy about draconian laws, Cayko.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. So this was interesting, and I got two different things to pull from here. Polis, so our governor, threatens to withhold $280 million from cities that don't comply with the housing laws. In a new executive order, Governor Jared Polis identified more than 30 funding sources the state could withhold from cities. You know who else does this stuff? Trump.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Right.
This is so funny. It's like, oh, there's a big difference between the left and the right. And with social issues, sure. But, like, policy-wise, they're going to just ram whatever they want down your throat based on their proclivities with using the same tools.
Yep.
Right?
And so my political friends make the point, don't be excited when, quote unquote, the people you are supporting have power to do something that you wouldn't want the other side to have power to do. Right? But I kind of dismiss that.
Oh, good, because once I'm king, just know that, like, well, you're not going to like everything, but you're going to like most things that I do.
The reason why I dismiss that is because I want to judge it on how they use the power. Right? Like, the government actually should have the power. These people should have the power. Like, if you only left it to NIMBYs, in this scenario,
yeah.
you'd never build
the best, smallest, most efficient government is a monarchy. Like, that's a fact.
Because I am a competent individual who thinks that we should be as free as we should be free. But to do so, that means that, Lance, if you live next to me and you buy the lot next to me, if I believe in that principle, I have to let you do what you need to do on that piece of land without just me just tying everything up. So the governor having the ability to basically, like, put his boot on these cities, like, yeah, I'm okay with that power because you're doing the right thing. If he was doing that and then saying, because all we need to do is make all developments, affordable, not attainable, but affordable, and they all have to, like, get that funding, and basically making communist condominiums for everyone and making the government run it, I'd be like, no.
don't
I can
you
judge him on that action.
Yeah, don't you give him my idea.
Yeah.
Don't you do that, Al?
Just terrible, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I'm in agreement with Al mostly. Basically, so he issued a new executive order on Wednesday, and he's looking at like withholding $280 million in funding that could be withheld for them. And we're just going to bring this to your attention, and we're not going to go through it in detail. But basically, the funding includes grants, contracts, loans, tax credit that are used to support cities in areas such as housing development, land use, transportation, infrastructure, historic preservation, mixed-use incentives, conservation, energy, and climate projects. The cities depend on this stuff. They do. They need funding for just the most simple things like updating their permitting software, like Arvada's doing. And I heard on the HBA permitting committee yesterday.
Oh.
Arvada bought this software in 2023. It has been so bad that it's not even worth keeping around from 2023, and they're depending on state funding to get like new stuff sometimes. So like this is stuff that helps grease the wheels, right? And like get things moving. We need the lubricant, the metaphorical lubricant, so we can build more houses, build more buildings, make people's lives better, and all that good stuff. From the executive order, though, basically, he goes on to say, in the executive order, I direct the Department of Local Affairs to summarize framework criteria and benchmarks within the laws that they passed in order to make things better here, which was, we've been going on and on about this, HB 241152, which is the accessory dwelling units one. There's also ones that involve transit-oriented communities, sustainable stuff. The big one that we went over last week was the Residential Building Stair Modernization Act, which is supposed to make it so you can only do one staircase in certain buildings. It's going to be super helpful. All kinds of stuff.
I like this one. We haven't looked into it, but it seems in the right direction. Regional building codes for factory-built structures. Remember we talked about like this factory-built structures. If you're going to beat people on price and quickness, just do it. Do it.
Yeah. So we'll see what the cities do. Because where is it at here? Here we go. Later on in the article, and this is the other thing I was going to point to, was Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman said he understands the governor wants to expand affordable housing. He says, I fully understand what the governor is trying to do, and I appreciate that he's trying. Yeah, right. I appreciate that he's trying to expand affordable housing in the state of Colorado, and we share that. But there's a lot of complexities at the local level that have to be taken into account. And what he's referring to is this ADU law, because Aurora is one of the 6 cities that sued the state in May, accusing him of overstepping his authority and violating their right to home rule, which, for people who don't know, there are a series of original cities in Colorado that have this thing called home rule. So they can make their own laws, not sidestepping, but just independent of the state, right?
Yep.
So those 6 cities that are now suing the state because of this ADU law that we like, I just want to bring it up one more time, is Arvada, Aurora, Glendale, Greenwood Village, Lafayette, and Westminster. And what's crazy is that we have a new project pending that is hopefully going to get signed later today. Folks wanted to do an ADU. And the city we reached out to said they are not complying with that law, but they are not in the lawsuit. So there's people that aren't even listed in here. There's cities that are just not going to, they're just going to go, I'm not going to comply.
And I hate
come after us.
That rationalization. There's a lot of complexities. Yeah, you made the complexities. That's what we're trying to cut down on. You know, like there's a lot of local complexities that
They're
you have
so
to do.
dumb.
Like yeah, there are. You made them. That's what we're trying to get rid of.
It's like, just say yes. I'm going to give you an example from one of my nonprofits. Well, I only have one, sorry. From my nonprofit. One of my gardens at my nonprofit. Longmont Community Gardens. If you want to support, you should go over there, support us, donate.
Yeah.
Do all the good stuff.
Only fires there once every 10 years.
But I'm putting them out. You don't see David Goggins doing that. Just Lance. Anyway.
Yeah. He ran 200 miles in, 66 hours and didn't even catch a fish?
Didn't catch a fish. And, he took 27th, by the way. Some guy beat him at, number one was 45 minutes. So just saying.
No, hours.
Hours. Yeah. Sorry.
I bet you he's a lot younger too. David's old, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Love you, Goggins.
Anyway, he so at the garden, one of the people that is on the board who works with me, God bless her, I thank God for her. However, she is from the planning side of things. She was a central planner in some city in Colorado, or cities. And so even she doesn't work there anymore. She's fully retired. Her brain can't not work in that capacity. It still has to work in that capacity. And it is a struggle for us. So one of the plots at our garden, this happens every year. People get sick. People bite off more than they can chew. All kinds of stuff happen, and they go, we're in the middle of the summer, and we go, hey, Sally. It's not a real name or anybody's real name. Hey, Sally. Looks like your garden is not planted. It's almost July, and the weeds are starting to take over. Everything okay? Sure enough, it's always something that is totally understandable. My mom got cancer or whatever. Yep. And then we go, well, and then they go, I'm just going to have to give up my plot. No problem. It's difficult to rent these plots this late in the year. So you know what I did on this particular plot? I went around the gal who is the planner and gives me all kinds of grief and who's in charge of actually registering the plots. And I just anarchy planted it. I took a good 2 hours out of my day one day. I got rid of all the weeds. I put in 60-day squash, beans, and carrot and corn. Did the Three Sisters method. Everything popped. It was looking awesome. And the idea was I was going to donate all of that produce from there to the homeless because it's like I already have enough gardening going on. It's anarchy. We're going to demonstrate peaceful, positive anarchy. Then we get an email from a potential gardener. They want a plot. They want that plot. This gal goes out. The two gals go out together to look at the plot. Both are like, it's already planted.
Crazy.
What? What? What?
I want your what?
Dude. The person in charge of renting the plots to the gardeners, right? She emails me and she's not upset, but just that kind of reaction. And I go, "Oh yeah, we anarchied it." And what's awesome about it is this. No one got in trouble. Nobody's feelings got hurt. Nothing. Because I piped right back up to the new gardener and I go, hey, we hated seeing it going to waste. But the beautiful thing is you should still be able to now get a harvest out of your garden because we did that. And by the way, you can use my timer and my soaker hose and leader hose for the rest of the season. It is no problem. Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I went out there yesterday. And because I was doing work-life harmony stuff, biking, checking on sites, gardening, checking emails, doing Zoom remotely, killing it. And my last stop of the day was at that garden, and I went over to that garden plot specifically, and I already saw a squash that she'd harvested, summer squash. And I made a little video for my friend Alexis, who helps me co-run Longmont Community Gardens, and I go, hey, not sure if I showed you this, but like, how cool is this now? That look at the fruit that are blossoming. That's a long way of me telling you. This is exactly the same thing. You guys in these cities could have fruit that blossom if you just say yes. It ain't too hard. Your robot brains, please take your robot brains, shake them up, and just say yes a little more.
We don't have to stay on this topic too long, but it goes to everything. When they try to reform healthcare and stuff like that, Obama tried, Trump tried. They've all failed in my book. Trump even says, it's a little bit more complex than I thought. It's like, yeah, because they made it that way. They don't want to solve the issue. How will they get all the money if they solve the issue?
Yeah. Last one here. Colorado poll shows economic, health, and political concerns. Coloradans continue to cite the rising cost of living and housing and healthcare as top issues, with many reporting financial and mental health struggles that outpace statewide average, according to Colorado Health Foundation's Pulse Poll in a 6th annual survey conducted from April 9th to May 18th. Bipartisan research team collected responses from 333 residents, including over samples of Black, American Indian, Asian American, Coloradans, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like I just wanted to bring this up because folks are still having a tough time from the ground, and this is sort of reinforcing one more time, like, Jerome,
It's on you.
it's on you. You got a groundswell of this going on. We need to figure this out. We got to grease the wheels. We got to get things going. But I think we're looking good. And the last thing we're going to talk about today is this is stemming from Al, Big Brain Al.
Whoa.
We're priced to do things right. Unpack that for us, Mr. Gore.
So I was driving in my car, and it just popped into me, and I sent you a voice message because we've been talking about sales and all that. And a lot of times we don't get overtly pushed back, but sometimes we do. Oh, your price is too high. Your price is too high. And my thought was, I hope they say that to me, face to face, because my response will be, well, we are priced to do things right, and you wouldn't want to pay to do things wrong. And then you can go and
that was so good.
you can go and unpack that even more. Like, yeah, would you pay for it to be done wrong? Would you pay for headaches later? Like, no.
Here's what I do. So exactly, let's just alliterate on that. Let's say you get that from whoever, Joe Blow, right? They're gonna do whatever project, and they go, "Oh, that's not in our budget. This is way too expensive. You're too expensive." What if they just say that? It's very like curt. Oh, you're too expensive. And we go, well, we're priced to do things right. What is the last thing you said? You were priced to do things right.
You wouldn't want to pay to do something wrong.
Yeah, we're priced to do things right. You wouldn't want to pay to do some things wrong, especially this. And I hire a lot of people too. And then you're trying to empathize with them, where you're like, look, I hire a lot of people too. And maybe you're smart and you went to architectsguide2.com and you learned how to be an architect plus builder, so you have a safety net during these weird times. So you are actually hiring even more people than just the white collar engineers and everything else that architects hire.
And I have an example that we could use. So say like how I've learned that lesson. And I'm going to conflate a couple different things into a scenario that doesn't exist exactly, but people will be like, you'll understand. We hire a mechanical engineer, and they need to size all the mechanical equipment and all that. And you pay them $5,000. And all of a sudden, once you get there, it doesn't work, it doesn't heat, it doesn't cool, something's going wrong, something's sized wrong, whatever. Now you have to replace that, redo the design fee, blah, 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 blah. What we've learned is to use the firms that are priced right. Maybe it costs $6,500, but we literally saved $10,000 to $15,000.
Yep.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Like, time is money. That's the other thing you should be emphasizing, especially to commercial clients. You go, look, you want to open your business up as soon as possible, right? Great. We're priced perfectly for that. There is no other architecture firm that will keep up with our pace that has good of a reputation in the city. And maybe you even give them some examples. If you're like, look, there's 3 TIs we just pushed through. Here's the timing for it. And then that way you're a voice of reason. You have a base. You have you basically have like 3 case studies you can show them. All that kind of good stuff. The thing you're looking to do is just swat down those objections. Right? This is like one of the keys to sales is and I learned this from my wife, the realtor, is like objections. You just smack their objections down. Like, you have to have the stamina to listen to them and hear them and see their objections and be a happy warrior about like, oh, I'm a happy objection warrior, Lance. I swat them down. I just hear them, and I go, bam, just knock them down. You're just like moles. You're just whacking them and taking care of them. So that was our big piece of advice we got for everybody today. Think about using that in your repertoire as we head into Q4. And please, everybody, get back to work. We'll see you next week.